Glock is kind of like this amorphous blob.
CJ, turn your phone off!
I still have a box of, I think my first carry ammo, because I got it in 2020, and it was like $50 a box.
That just ruined everything.
Hey, free speech. Free speech.
Not on YouTube.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Again, CJ, you are fired.
Guys, welcome back to another episode, as CJ spells it when he's doing the editing of the AT3 Tactical Podcast. And today, we're going to go through a whole list of manufacturers and tell you which one's our favorite. Now, keep in mind, these are all going to be our opinions. That doesn't make them objective fact. Just because Charlie's favorite handgun is CZ doesn't mean CZ is the best handgun, and you're free to tell him that he's wrong in the comments. We actually highly encourage that.
And you're actually free to say other things, too, but I don't know how much we encourage that.
Hey, free speech.
Okay.
Free speech.
Yeah,
Not on YouTube.
Well, yeah, that's
So I guess we're going to start with handguns. Charlie, tell everyone about your favorite handgun company. Who's your favorite handgun manufacturer?
Keltec.
Who's your
Really?
real favorite handgun manufacturer?
I mean,
Do you even own a Keltec?
Yeah, I do.
Did you buy it?
No. I would never buy a Keltec.
How did you get that handgun then? Was it a handgun or is it like one of the
yeah.
sub 2Ks?
A little 320 auto, little pocket rocket. Got it from my grandpa when he passed away.
Oh, yeah. That's like
So-
the perfect granddad gun.
Yep. I got a few from him when he passed away. I got a little Smith & Wesson Airweight revolver. That thing is fun. 38 special.
38 times.
Okay, so you have one handgun that you can pick right now for the rest of your life. Who makes it and which one is it?
Rest of my life?
Yep, the only one you can use from here until the end of the heat death of the universe.
Oh, gosh. I mean, as much as I would love to say CZ, if it's one for the rest of my life, no, I wouldn't go that route. I would probably take like a Glock 19. I mean, as like mundane as that sounds, just like, I don't know, reliability, replacement parts.
Yeah. Aftermarket.
Yeah, like you can make it your own, and it's relatively safe to carry. From the CZ side, if I went, so
What do you mean by that? Relatively safe to carry?
well, I mean any gun has risk.
Yeah.
I mean, on one end of the spectrum, you got like P320 risk, and the other end of the spectrum, you got like traditional handgun that like they don't go off unless you pull the trigger, but there's always a risk, you know.
I think if we want to get realistic too, we can go past the SIG P320 and we're talking like not doing a cowboy carry on like a 1896.
Yeah,
shooter,
or,
right?
yeah, or like you're using one of those holster that's like a pocket clip or something that just like it's like
Or you carry a revolver, which
it's
one of
like
our
if you-
guys in here used to do all the time last year.
yeah, but it's like if you carry a knife in your pocket, there's always that risk of that knife coming out. And that happened at SHOT Show. Talking to a guy, he reached in his pocket and he stabs himself with his own knife and he's bleeding.
You were talking to him?
Yeah, a separate story.
Okay. We won't say who that was.
But as far as like safety goes, if I was to pick a CZ, it would probably be like one of the Shadow models because I don't know the 75Bs, they're good, but I don't know, it's like a Beretta 92 at that point. Like there's nothing that special about it. Now you get into the Shadows, you remove the firing pin block, you can make a better trigger that way because it's less parts to move. But I would never carry anything without a firing pin block personally. So it's like 1911 Series 70 versus Series 80. Series 80 brings in that firing pin block.
Yeah.
So like if you're going to carry a 1911, it is best practice.
Are there any downsides with that?
It's
With the
just
Series 80 that people say that they don't prefer?
It's you need to have a longer trigger pull, and it's one more piece that needs to move because you have to push that plunger up as you pull the trigger.
Do you
So-
feel that in the trigger?
You can, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You definitely.
I haven't shot them back to back like that, but yeah.
They're going to be longer. The new 1911 I got the other week, that one's the Series 80s.
Oh,
You
sure,
know,
okay.
You can feel it. They're going to be a little longer. They just can't be as nice because you physically need to move more parts.
Yeah.
No,
So
you
you're not going to have that really nice wall or like defined wall.
Well, no, you
or
still
take-up.
will. You can still have a good wall on them.
Okay.
It's just in the take-up. That's where you feel it.
I see.
You need to move further because essentially when that trigger's at rest, you need to have enough movement that firing pin block plungers all the way down.
Okay, I see.
So as you pull the trigger back, you need enough movement to push that up out of the way.
Yeah.
And not have the trigger go off, because if it's all about timing. If the trigger goes off before that plunger's up, no go bang. So it's you can keep that timing very, very tight, but it's just it's more stuff you got to move, more friction, so possible grit. Like there's just more variables that way.
So you would say for your favorite, or because this isn't like our personal favorites, this is like what we think the best manufacturer is in our opinion of.
Well, we can just
certain
go with a
handguns.
personal favorite.
Yeah, I think
because otherwise we're all just going to say Glock 19, and this is going to be a really boring discussion.
well, as far as best manufacturer,
Yeah.
oh boy,
Any 2011 company.
that's an interesting one because like how do you define best?
Right.
Is it the best price? Is it the best reliability?
For me, it's all about the people at the companies.
Yep,
That's what I.
That's a
look
lot of it
for.
too, and so like as far as best, I don't know if I would go with Glock. I might be going with like a Smith and Wesson or a Ruger or something there.
Okay.
Glock is kind of like this amorphous blob. Like even when you go to the Glock booth at like a SHOT Show or the NRA, it's like different people every time. It's just I don't know if it's turnover or I just don't know the right people at Glock. But like I've never gone to the Glock booth and talk to the same person,
Yep.
So for me, it's about the people, and that's probably a little bit of insider trading for me.
Well, Glock right now, the face of Glock is I forget her first name, but Gasson's daughter
Oh.
is
Yeah,
the face
yeah.
of Glock right now. And when you think of
I thought you were
shooting-
going to say Lenny McGill.
when you think of shooting,
Yeah.
is that the picture that you get in your head? And no offense to her, but like 98 pounds soaking wet female. No, that's not really what like.
Yeah, I don't know if she's the face of Glock or if people were just kind of like, because I know
It's the
there
only
was
face I ever see with a Glock name
there
behind
was
it.
there was a photo that was going pretty viral on Facebook last year, where it was like someone had basically made a Facebook account and was pretending to be her, and was just saying like the most outlandish and outrageous stuff, and people thought it was genuinely her from Glock. Like, oh, Gaston died, his daughter took over, now the whole company's going to go. And then, that's
into horse racing.
That's right at the exact same time as they eliminate like half of their SKUs, which I think was a really good business move by Glock, because you had a Glock, I can't even name them all, Glock 4, Glock 10, Glock 19, Glock 11, Glock 22,
Sig
Glock
should
30,
take
so many Glocks.
Sig should take a hint out of that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just eliminate bad SKUs. It's not that hard. Glock did it with there's no more G17L.
That's true.
Unfortunately,
Like how many
but-
different 365 variants are
Right.
there now?
Right,
It's
yeah.
especially with how they're trying to phase out the 320. They're trying to fill that gap with like full size 365 models.
Yeah.
Which the 365 was supposed to be the carry version
And
under the 320.
Full disclosure, I carry an AXG Legion, a 365 AXG Legion. That's my daily carry is that gun. And I have never once not had confidence in that little handgun. I think it's one of the best carry guns out there. Is it my favorite handgun? Is it the company that I'm in a fanboy over? No, not at all. I actually don't think I've started to like
Josh
Sig
has
less
Sig
and less.
Sauer tattooed on his ass.
This is true. Actually, my very first handgun was an old police trade-in Sig P226 that I got in 2012. I still have that handgun. It has the double action Kellerman trigger.
Yeah,
What
that's
does
the
it
one
shoot?
with the
Is
ultra long take up
Yeah,
on it.
it's
Yeah.
got-
Is it a 9mm?
No, it's in 40 Smith & Wesson.
Oh.
We actually at HHV we were shooting helmets with it, and that's when I realized how bad 40 was, because out of all we did a torture test, and out of all the calibers we shot the helmet with the 40 was the only one that produced zero back face deformation on the helmet, and the round was just like flat against the Velcro on the top of the helmet. And like this handgun will get me killed. There's no way this is going to do anything for me if I have to use it.
I don't own any 40s.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a real old school thought process with 40 is how they got there. I think they've kind of phased it out for 10 millimeter now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd much rather have a 10 mil than a 40. I mean, granted, price difference in ammo.
Well,
but
yeah.
I love that 226. It's the gun when someone has never shot a gun before, I'll take them out. That'll be the first gun they shoot. Like the very first round they ever shoot will come out of that gun because I'll know how jumpy they are when they're squeezing that trigger because it's got almost like a false break to it where you think it's about to shoot and you will see their hand just
like 8 times before the gun even goes off.
Yep.
You
it pulls
do
so
the
long.
whole
Yep.
like down thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so most of the time they don't even get to shoot it because I'm like, okay, well, let's put you on a 22.
That's the best way to
So
start anybody.
if I had to pick one handgun for the rest of the time, like till the heat death of the universe, as a carry gun, I would, and this is, I would pick the Glock 45 specifically with maybe, what's it called, the enhanced trigger, their competition trigger that they have.
I think it's Glock performance.
Yeah,
trigger.
the Glock performance trigger.
performance.
So, that's the one I would pick personally.
Yeah.
And it's because they're so easy to work on. Compared to everything else out there. The staccatos are super nice. A lot of people kind of hate on them because they're kind of expensive and there's better options out there. But
Staccato's been an interesting brand to watch over the years. It's kind of like the new Kimber, almost.
How do you mean?
Well, so I mean, 15 years ago or so, Kimber was like almost like a custom 1911 or what you might call like a spec custom 1911.
Sure.
And they weren't cheap, and they were very nice guns. And over the course of the years, I can go to Fleet Farm now and pick up a Kimber. Pretty much anywhere you go, and the prices came way down. And now they're more of a production gun.
Okay.
Staccato's kind of done the same thing, just more recently. Like 10 years ago, if you got a Staccato, you had to call in 6 weeks. It was essentially a custom gun at that point, or a spec custom.
That in 2022, I tried to buy a Staccato. Their website didn't work. In 2023, I tried to buy a Staccato. Their website didn't work. In 2024, I tried to buy a Staccato. Their website didn't work. So I never bought a Staccato.
Interesting.
When you say didn't work,
all 3 years, I completely built the gun on Staccato's webpage and then was unable to, like, it had the price, everything was there. I understood that there was going to be a lead time. I could not, that add to cart button on their website did not work. So I could not add the firearm to the cart. And I messaged them and they're like, oh, we'll look into it. They never looked into it. I don't know if it works now today, but I know in 22, 23, and 24, I tried to buy a Staccato and could not do it.
But Staccato's kind of, now you can walk into a lot of local gun stores and they have them on hand in stock. That's cool. Especially with their new, was it XD series that take the Glock mags? I might be wrong on that model name.
Their carry gun, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
If you want to call it a carry gun.
Yeah, it's like
anything can be a carry gun.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like specifically designed and marketed as their carry pistol, I think.
Well, I think they have a couple different lengths of it. They have a shorter barrel, longer barrel, kind of like a compact and full-size option of them. I mean, I've finger banged a couple of them. Not bad.
They shoot nice.
Yeah, I mean,
They look cool.
It's a 2011. They're good. They better shoot nice.
yeah.
Yeah, they look cool. I mean, it's got everything you want.
How are they with reliability, would you say? From what you've heard, I guess.
I would assume fine.
Okay.
I've
That's the big knock.
I've never heard anyone complaining about them.
Okay.
I- the-
That's just the big knock I've heard about 2011 in general.
So the thing is, those actually kind of defeat that issue because they're using Glock mags. So the biggest thing with 2011s is a lot of people have they shoot 9mm out of them.
Right.
Well, the 1911 was not designed for 9mm; it was designed for 45. So now you have to essentially readjust some geometry to feed that bullet into the barrel. And a lot of that comes in the feed lips on the magazine. So it's very common, or it was very common. You would go pick up your custom 2011 chambered in 9mm, 38 Super Comp, something like that, and then you'd have to go you'd go pick up these $120 MBX magazines, and then you'd have to go tune them or send them out to be tuned. And essentially, it was just closing or widening the feed lips to get that bullet to sit at the right angle to feed into the barrel.
And I assume that's kind of like what we were talking about last week, right? It might
With
be different
AR9s.
with like, Full Metal Jacket
Yep.
or
100%.
Yeah.
And like the nice thing in this competition, no one's really shooting hollow points, kind of a waste. So you get that nice round nose there.
I'm just imagining some guy at a competition screaming about must stop and power.
I've shot hollow points in competition.
Yeah.
I try to once a year get my carry gun out and just shoot that,
Oh, yeah, that
for
makes
fun
sense.
at a match.
Yeah.
For two reasons. A, just get the feeling of it, like running and gunning with your carry gun, not like your full-size cheater gun that's made for competition. The other thing,
I was talking with one of your competition buddies about that, Adam. He's a grandmaster. I think he finished last season grandmaster.
Yeah, he got his GM card.
Yeah. But he was saying how, USPSA, what does the P stand for?
Practical.
Yeah, so he's like, I draw from concealment all the time. Some people get freaked out about that, but he's like, I'll do, appendix carry, and I'll do my carry gun with, super basic setup, and I'll just run that, and it's like as practical as you can be. Now, obviously, you're shooting at 20 targets or whatever it is, and that's not the most practical thing in the world. But
And so usually when I've gone out and shot
unless you're John Wick.
when I've gone and
literally
shot
just
my
thinking
carry
that.
gun in competition, it's like I'll do a stage with hollow points. Mostly just to cycle through that ammo.
Oh, sure.
Because the ammo that you've been carrying in your gun for the past year, you should probably shoot that and refill it.
You think it's not good for 20 years?
And you're kind of at the mercy of what is the term? Fuck around and find out, I believe.
Well, eventually you'll have the actual bullet recess
Yeah,
into the casing. I forget what that
if you're one of
term's
those
called.
people that constantly unload your gun every night or once a day, and you constantly put that bullet right back on top, that bullet will start shrinking in length.
You're also going to start
I've
seeing
seen that
You're
happen.
going to start seeing a little dent in the primer too over time.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, so when that bullet gets seated in further, your pressure is going to drastically increase once you start seating that bullet down. So yeah, my suggestion is shoot your carry ammo once a year at a minimum. Just to make sure.
I still have a box of, I think my first carry ammo, I still have a box because I got it in 2020 during the riots and around this area, and it was $50 a box. And I'm like, shooting that ammo is man, that's $2 a round for 9 mil.
I remember paying $12 for 25 rounds of Hornady critical defense, and I thought that was expensive.
Yeah, dude, $50 a box.
$50 a box is very bad.
Yeah, I mean,
CJ, what about you?
That's FMJ price now.
Heat death of the universe. Only one handgun.
Only one handgun. I'm basic. I'm gonna go with a Glock. My first handgun was a Glock.
Was it a Glock?
It was a Glock 19.
Yours is special though.
No, well, mine now is. That wasn't my first one though. My first was a Glock Gen 3 with the finger grooves in it. Glock 19 Gen 3 with the finger grooves in it. That was really. I actually liked the finger grooves. I held a Gen 5 after that, and I was like, I don't like this as much. I like my finger grooves. So I'm a
go
weirdo.
either way on it.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of a. I don't know if I am in the minority on that or not, but they took them out and they've kept them off for this long. So, but I would go. For me, it's okay, if I'm going to carry this, that's usually my most practical application, I suppose, is carry. And so, I like the fact that it's the most reliable thing out there, at least. And it just works. I like how it feels in my hand. Every firearm that I feel, I always go for the grip first. That's my primary judgment of, does this feel good in my hand?
Hand feel first, mouth feel second.
Exactly.
Yep.
Charlie knows what I'm talking about. So,
I agree.
Yeah. So, but one that I have felt more recently that I do want to get is a Walther. And
PDP.
Yeah, and those feel even better in my hands than Glocks or basically any other gun that I've held in my hand.
So I agree. They feel very nice in the hand. I think they look ugly.
You think so? I think they look super cool.
I just can't get over the Walther
What's it called? I got to look this up.
the Walther
They're
PDP.
PDP.
I don't know if I've even seen
Personal
this thing.
defense pistol.
Yeah, they look really cool. I don't know. I haven't done all the deep dives into like holsters and all this stuff. How much that would actually cost me to get into
They're
that
super
platform.
common these days. So.
Yeah, I mean, I just love the way they feel. I think it's a good size. They're a little bit heavier than a Glock or something like that. But I think for my next handgun, it's definitely going to be one of those. But if you're telling me I only get one for the rest of my life, it's probably going to be a 19.
So going back to the Gen 3 Glock with the finger grooves,
Those are expensive.
I actually prefer that they don't come with finger grooves because I can always put a Hogue grip sleeve on them and get those grooves back.
That's
if
true.
I want.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I don't blame Glock for getting rid of them because it's kind of one of those. It's easy to add that feature. It's very difficult to remove it.
Yeah.
So
that's absolutely true.
Don't send it out with that feature on. CJ, turn your phone off.
Can we put our phones on wiggle, please?
Sorry, I'll try to think of that next
Phones
time.
on wiggle.
All right.
Anyway,
That just ruined everything.
That Walter, we're gonna have to start the whole thing over. Sorry, guys.
yeah, no.
No,
So, what is that? What do you think that looks like?
That Walter PDP kind of looks like every like combat application full size handgun that I've seen.
Yeah.
It's like Canik has that look. I guess Walter has that look.
Maybe that's
now.
what I like about it. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm in the markening demo for the combat application.
Yeah, the FN 509 kind of looks like that.
They do
too.
look like that. Yeah.
It's the amount of slide behind on top of the beaver tail.
Yeah.
I think that's what I don't like about them. And then also
We don't have a Jimmy to pull up an image, but Jimmy, pull that up.
the look of the backstrap, that hump back there, it feels nice, but I just think it looks like shit.
I don't like the way I do agree. I don't like the way it looks, but I mean you're going to be holding it, so that's what I
know.
care
You
about
don't
most of
like
the
the
time.
way it looks, or you because
I don't
you
like the way
just said
I don't
you
like the way
liked
the
it.
backstrap looks. I do agree with that, but because there's that extra arch there,
See, the thing is,
it really
if I gotta
curves, like,
flash some
into
steel,
the
man, I
palm
want
of
that
your
to
hand.
look good.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
I don't want to be called
I
out for
do
having
like
an
the way the
ugly
slide
gun.
looks. I like the cuts on it. I like the forward cuts on it that help index during press
So
check or something.
What if you just got your frame done up by someone like?
Well, I do have my frame done up.
No. I mean, like, get it like custom. You ever seen some of the custom work guys do on frames? We're spending a lot of time on handguns. That wasn't the original intent of this, but you can send a frame out to a guy.
You can.
There's this dude on Twitter.
Or you
His
just buy
Twitter.
aftermarket ones.
Yeah,
You
there's
can,
this dude on Twitter. His handle's Battlecock Actual, and he will take a soldering iron to your frame,
Okay.
and turn it into
Stipple it
the
up.
coolest. Yeah, it'll be so cool.
I do have a friend who wants to do a optics cut on my CR920 on my Shadow Systems. On my CR920 because it's not optics cut right now. I want to get an optics cut. He said he can do it for me for a fraction of the price it would be. So I might do it that way. And then
Impact machine.
yeah. So he says he knows how to do it all. But anyway, and he's done it for other people too, and I've seen his work, so he's great. But so I want to do it that way, and then also do some sort of, I don't know, maybe Cerakote or something, maybe like a black camo, something like that. I don't know. That
Well,
would
when
be
you
kind
get
of cool.
it, when you get it milled for an optic, don't pay to get it refinished. Just
Just let it.
you know what to do.
Just let it ride. Yeah. there you go.
One thing I've been meaning to do with my laser at home is play with grips and stippling with the laser. And
Yeah.
that's a tough one because it's like most of the grips are the FFL items, so it's not very
sure.
easy to like, hey, test piece here.
Yeah.
That's when
you
you
could
need-
just get a some of the Magpul, like the
RXM
Ruger
grips.
RXM grip.
So the problem is every color and manufacturer, they're going to react differently. It's different plastics.
Yeah.
And then colors with lasers react differently too.
Okay.
So like on a fiber laser, red is your nemesis because you're working with infrared light.
Yeah.
And so it's reflecting all the red back out and doesn't absorb it.
Oh my. Okay.
So that's why red, you see red is it's absorbing all their colors and reflecting the red back. So that's why your eyes see it. Kind of same thing. Once you go past that infrared spectrum, anything that it's if you put a red light in your room, anything red will look white to your eyes because essentially that's the new white. That's you've set your white balance essentially.
Yeah.
there.
You ever heard of a cultivated laser? He's this dude that has like a laser shop. He does a bunch of laser engraving stuff. A lot of it's like magazines and stuff that he does, or patches. It's kind of his thing. But that guy, I have all those magazines I have that are in the Desert Tiger stripe.
Oh, yeah,
those
yeah.
are all lasered.
Oh yeah.
So, and he did that.
They're not painted.
They're not
They're
painted.
like lasered.
Yeah, and they were black.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
really light touch, you're going to get like a light gray on a black PMag. You go a little heavier, you're going to get more of like a medium brown.
So
You
you're
go heavier,
basically
you're gonna
like
get a darker brown.
It's like better than painting because you're like actually etching this into the plastic, into the polymer or whatever it might be.
Again, you got to define better. The problem with painting is you're working with paint. There's a thickness build up to it. If you want to do a design, now you need to mask that out or airbrush it in. A lot more time. Essentially, you can laser a magazine with like a 3-color design in 20 seconds. So once you have the design set and the laser setting set up.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
Interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're talking
How do we get from favorite handguns to lasering stuff?
because Charlie's
We were
here.
talking about stippling.
That's true.
Yeah,
Stippling goes to laser. Okay.
And then
that
CJ got
makes
a phone
sense.
call. And
Yeah.
Yes,
hell,
that threw us way off.
Yeah.
everything went to
Okay.
shit.
Anyway, so we talked about handguns.
I
What
picked
about
handguns. CJ, you pick the next one.
Well, I'm thinking handguards next on AR-15s in particular. Super niche.
like handguard type, handguard company.
Yeah, like handguard, like your favorite handguard company in terms of like the most diverse. Both of you guys got Stinger hats on. I forgot to wear mine, so maybe you guys might say that one.
I don't
But-
have a favorite company.
I think we have to. I have to disqualify Stinger because
Sure.
we'd be a very biased source.
We would be, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
AT3.
But I mean, you got a bunch. I mean, UTG obviously is one. Daniel
if I-
Defense.
if I had to pick-
Geisley makes them now.
If I had to pick one company that I wasn't affiliated with,
Yeah.
the Daniel Defense Res Systems
Mm-hmm.
are my favorite handguards, but man, are they spendy. I think the only way that it is appropriate to get the Daniel Defense handguards is when they come on a firearm that you've purchased from them, because $550 for a handguard is a big ask.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's big money for a handguard. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh,
So I like the Riz 2 system, but I think it's discontinued, so I don't even think you
550
can
is
buy
big
that.
money for you? What the?
For a handguard?
yeah, for just one component.
You can get the BCM and the Geisley handguards for like
You can pick up
225.
2A basics for sub $100.
You can probably get it for like $50.
We ain't going that cheap on it. I personally, I don't have any brand affiliation. A lot of, like, when it comes to handguards, it's what are the options that fit what I need? Because a lot of the times, I was working with someone on social the other day, 7-inch barrel. He wants to tuck I forget the brand, but he wanted to tuck one of those flash cans.
Okay.
So,
Like a CAC or something like that, kind of.
yeah, or like the Huxworks one or
Oh,
something. That was a cutie that he can put. He essentially could put a can on it if he wanted, but in the meantime, when he doesn't have the can on it, it.
Oh, wasn't like a strike oppressor?
No, it wasn't
was
the oppressor.
Was it a long one, a short, fat one?
It's like 4 inches long. I forget.
Many such cases with 4 inches.
Yeah, and so it was like 1.5 inch diameter, 4 inches long. So won't fit in a traditional diameter handguard. Those are usually right around 1.3 inches.
Yeah.
You jump up to the XL handguards. Now you're looking at 1.74 for the AT3 and Stinger. Midwest and UTG, I think, are 1.64. They're about a tenth shorter in outside or inside diameter. But the problem that you run into now is you're trying to get this tucked look, so you got to get the right length. Well, for Stinger and AT3, we offer a 13.5 and a 15. We should probably offer like a 10-inch or some, but now if you want some outside of those, you got UTG. I know Griffin has some. Midwest Industries has a bunch of different lengths. But this guy, he wanted the Stinger Hawk design, the aggressive look of it. And there's just nothing out there that I know of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And so kind of full circle is it really depends on what you need out of it and what you're looking for. And you might have no options. You might have 20 options for a handguard change. And now it comes down to what do you value the most? Is it that brand name? A lot of the people like, hey, if it's BC, all I want is BCM. I trust them as a company. I wouldn't blame you. They're a great company. They QC almost everything that goes through their building. Very good quality, and I've yet to hear of a big problem from BCM.
Yeah.
Can't say that about Daniel Defense. They just had, I don't know if you saw that a couple weeks ago, they had a barrel nut.
Yeah, the barrel nut issue.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that someone bought a Mark 18 exactly like mine, and the barrel nut was not even hand tight.
Yeah.
So
So the handguard was moving out of the box.
Yeah.
So outside of the barrel being loose, no one noticed that handguard was wiggling.
Yeah.
that's a big issue.
When they
Yeah.
boxed it up or whatever it might
And
be.
so now it would be one thing
they
if
test fire those?
I would imagine
they should.
they
Yeah.
probably didn't test. They probably test fire batches. They probably make 100 rifles and test fire one.
Well, a lot of them, they'll shoot like 3 rounds out of every gun.
Okay.
And you
Yeah.
don't clean them after. You just shoot 3 rounds, function testing. A lot of them, they aren't even going down range. They're going into a clearing tube or something like that.
Yeah.
And someone listening to our podcast is
Yep.
just pointing it into a clearing barrel and firing 2 rounds. Or
Yeah,
something.
and it's very common. A lot of gun manufacturers will have like a Connex container or something in their warehouse that's their test fire range.
Yeah.
Little 20-foot, 30-foot Connex container or something like that. Because all you care about is function. Because if you ship that gun to a distributor, that distributor ships it to the FFL. You go to the FFL, you buy it, you go home with it, you have problem. That thing is shipped 3 times already, possibly even more, and now it needs to get shipped back.
It's crazy that it would make it that far down without someone noticing how loose that was. Like it went from Daniel Defense to probably an FFL, and then probably from the FFL to a second FFL.
Well, it probably went from Daniel Defense to a distributor.
Yeah.
And then to a local gun store. Now, the distributor, they don't open every box.
Right.
You can't point a finger at them at all on this. Unless they
Because they'll just put the box on the shelf somewhere.
A lot of the big distributors, they don't even seal check serial numbers. They're just trusting what's on the box that's came from the manufacturer that way. Like the goal is that you don't ever open the boxes there because then nothing can get switched up.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to point a finger at the distributor because they're literally just a middleman. But yeah, now who has opened that box and touched it? Obviously, the manufacturer, the FFL.
They put it in the box.
Yeah, the FFL that is selling the gun.
He had to take it out.
As the customer, you probably want to see it before you buy it.
Yep.
And so at the same point that from this example, that customer, I believe, bought it, got it home, and then noticed the issue.
No, I think so. That was I think it was.
Was it transferred?
So that was a content creator that happened to, and I imagine, and we don't, we obviously don't know.
Don't send your worst stuff to the people that are going to publicize it.
Right, and that guy, he's a relatively new content creator. He's only been around about 2 years or so. His name's
huge now.
I think I don't think that blew him up at all. I think he's been around for like 2 or 3 years. His name's Tony, short something Tony. He's out of Arizona, and I think I can't say for sure. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened, but I imagine what happened was FFL took receipt of that from a distributor or from another FFL who had it in stock, probably opened the box, saw how bad the handguard was, called dude and said, "Do you want me to fix this?" And he's like, "No, I'm going to put Daniel Defense on blast because I paid $3,000.
Oh, okay. So he wanted the fuck up.
Right. Well, I mean, if you pay $3,000 for a firearm from a company like Daniel Defense, you expect to get a really good firearm.
Well, I guess here's the. I don't necessarily like that tactic. I think that's actually a really slimy, shitty thing to do. Is before you ever buy it, you notice an issue and you say, "I want this one so I can put them on blast."
Yeah.
And
that's
to be clear, I'm not saying that I know that's what happened. I'm saying I imagine that's probably how it went down, because I know I've never left a gun shop without checking all the parts to make sure they were working.
Well, so I guess the reason I say that is like, think of you're going to go buy a car. You buy a car with a dent in it that's supposed to be brand new, and you're going to get mad at the manufacturer for that?
No.
No. Like you just set them up.
Yeah.
Like you framed them essentially at that point.
Yeah.
You know, there's also the possibility that he took it to the range, fired it, and then the barrel nut came loose, and then surprise, here's your problem.
Yeah.
Going back a little bit, like at the end of if the firearm was transferred to the customer, the end owner of it, and no one ever noticed that handguard was loose. Now, if it was purposely wanted with a loose handguard for content, that's a different story, and that's I got opinions on that one. But if it was one of those, like, made it out of QC at the manufacturer, went to distributor just takes it in, ships it back out, then it goes to the FFL. The FFL, as a customer, hey, you want to touch your new gun before you actually sign for it?
Yeah.
Most people do. You want to take a car for a test drive before you go. You may have test drove one model, but you should always go test drive the car you're about to put your name on.
Yeah.
And so kind of same thing, like, hey, I felt these before. Do I need to touch it? Yeah, you should. You should look it over, inspect it, and because
You should always inspect everything.
You should inspect something you're about to spend more than like $100 on.
Well, once that transfer happens, it's like a no backseat thing with FFLs. That you now created a big paperwork issue. It's like the warranty's been punched at that point. But it's just always inspect it. If there's anything wrong, deny the transfer. Don't take it home with you.
Right.
Because until you transfer it, it is not yours. Once that transfer goes through and it comes back as approved from the next check, it's yours. Like you're stuck with it. Yeah.
I do think Daniel Defense made him whole.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
I think I'm almost positive I saw the follow up and that he shipped it back and they got it fixed. And apparently they had a internal discussion where Daniel Defense owned it.
Yep.
So it probably was just
lazy QCs.
Yeah, it was just someone in the factory not paying attention when they were supposed to.
In shit happens. We're all humans. I was talking to a buddy.
I mean, it's easy to like thread on a barrel nut hand tight, and then like you get distracted for like a half second, and then you're just like, oh, let me throw on the handguard quick, and you just forget that step and torquing it out. Something happens.
Earlier this week, I'm doing some work for a buddy on one of his guns, and I screwed something up. I texted him like, hey man, I screwed this up. I sent him a picture. He's like, I don't even see it. I'm like, I see it like. I want to treat this like it's mine. Like if it's a human issue that like, hey, it can't be perfect because a human's doing it.
Yeah.
Like we aren't machines. I understand that. But if it's some that like is noticed that you can fix, that like should not have happened, yeah, you should fix that. And so that's like the barrel nut thing. Like, yeah, own it, fix it.
Yeah.
And every issue that you come across is a learning opportunity. It's a teachable moment, if you will. And if you don't teach those, or if you don't look at issues and problems as teachable moments, you're never going to get better at what you do. So it's like, okay, Daniel had a barrel nut issue. Hopefully now they have 3 checks that go in to make sure that that barrel nut is tight.
Yeah.
And it's not always one person doing all 3 checks.
Yeah.
Because complacency is usually the issue there is.
It's like locking the studio door.
Yep.
It's going to be real tight there for the next 3 months.
What do you guys think? Like, I don't know, this might be a segue thing. I feel like situations like this is how large companies then become like very bloated with like processes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is kind of the
it's a little different.
all businesses like kind of grow and shrink or whatever, but it's like as you scale as a business, then all of a sudden you start adding all these like checks and processes that it's like then 3 years from now it's like this isn't even a problem anymore.
So it's a little different on the manufacturing floor. When you see a problem, you identify the problem, then you fix the problem. And if you have to add a process to address a problem on the manufacturing floor, that's not bloat at all. That's just fixing a problem. And manufacturing, from what I've learned being in that space, is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
And new problems are always arising. You'll fix one problem, and a new problem will pop up.
You're always trying to get more efficient.
Yes, and
so
that efficiency will cause problems that need to get fixed.
Yeah.
It's everything you do in life. Essentially, you're going to try something new. You're going to have some problems. Hopefully, you start perfecting that, and problems go down. Now you're going to try to get better at what you're doing. You're going to go faster.
Yeah.
More problems. Right. Keep doing that. Identify what you can do to solve those problems. You get better, less problems happen, and it's just constant evolution. But yeah, so like from a manufacturing side, like for cars, when they torque down bolts, their tool is actually recording the torque reading. And then that goes into a file for the car. So they actually know what every single bolt was torqued down to on that vehicle. Now, you could do something like that where you have all these sophisticated electronic tools. You have to scan a barcode on the gun before you tighten anything.
Yeah.
Then you tighten it, and then it stores it to that serial number. That's one way. Money. So now...
and time.
What does that do to the price of already premium gun? Brings it up.
Yeah.
Your other option is you bring in a QC person. Okay. Now you got to pay someone.
Yeah. Also money.
And it's also a point of failure because what if that really great QC person gets another really great QC job somewhere and then you
or
have
they're
to,
sick for a day.
Yeah.
And so now you need multiple people that can do it. And so kind of no matter what you do, like you're going to add to the overhead to make this. But if it eliminates a problem.
Sure.
So going back to how many times that rifle was shipped and how much that cost to ship it, I don't know if you guys have ever shipped a full-size AR. It's not cheap. Like, some of the cheapest rates you'll see, and that's because there's contracts, is like $30. We've gotten quotes from UPS for over 100.
Really?
Yeah.
Every time I've had to ship a firearm individually, it's cost me over $100
Yep.
because you have to do it next day air. If you just like roll up to a UPS
You
store,
don't need to.
every time I've rolled up to like a UPS store or a FedEx store, the only option they will take on shipping a firearm is, hey, we'll do 2-day or next day air only. Like,
Yeah, you're supposed
nothing
to.
else.
So you're supposed to do an expedited service because they just don't want it in their system longer than it needs to. But yeah, so like it's not cheap. It's not cheap. And so, okay, well, I don't want to add bloat. It's going to add more cost. You know how much it costs to ship back 30% of the guns you put out because you had a QC issue? That's going to cost you much, much more. And guess what? Your business is going to go to shit.
Yeah.
So as far as like the argument, well, it's bloat. It's necessary.
Is this the part where Charlie says his favorite handgun manufacturer is Aero Precision?
If you could get one.
Yeah.
What about you, Charlie? You got to pick something.
Well, I guess I don't have a favorite manufacturer.
No. You got to pick a part.
Oh, a part? Oh, fun.
He's gonna pick something super obscure. Like,
Super
who's your
esoteric. Who's your favorite detent manufacturer?
Who's your favorite firing pin manufacturer?
No, I was actually thinking of BCG.
Oh, BCGs.
It is still something. Kind of
Well,
esoteric.
hey, BCGs are
So
esoteric.
here's
It's
here's
like
the
a
reason
real
I picked
small
it.
part.
Here's the reason I picked it. You say exoteric. A lot of
I don't think so.
a lot of people are like, you need the best BCG out there, or else your gun's gonna fail.
I mean, it all goes to the same certification.
Yeah.
Some do,
Right?
some don't.
Like, but if it has that, like,
The MPI testing.
yeah, so
Yeah.
they're all going through that.
I don't know of any that don't do that, even like some of the cheap stuff.
Well, so the ones that don't say MPI, did they? Because
I don't know.
Some will say that they went through MPI testing. Some will actually have MPI laser engraved on it because it went through the testing. Some will have MPI on it because that's the actual manufacturer's name of them. But,
So I do have an answer for this because I haven't got to shoot with it yet, so I can't definitively say that this isn't the one bolt carrier group that I would pick for until the heat death of the universe. If I had to pick one for that, it would just be some mil spec from a good manufacturer. But the Rise Armament one that I just installed in that firearm that we were building the other
that
day.
lightweight one?
So it's the low mass one. That one's pretty gnarly. That one's pretty good. It's it kind of reminds me of the JP one that we saw at SHOT, but it's a little bit different. It's got a little bit more weight to it, which to me it makes it feel like it's a little bit hardier. So I'm going to say that one. It also looks really cool in the gun.
Oh, it does.
So-
Yeah.
and the thing with some of the JP ones, their carriers are aluminum.
All right, guys, we had a technical issue because someone forgot to change the hard drive before we started filming. I don't know who that could have been. Who's responsible
won't-
for the cameras?
We won't say who's responsible for all that.
That's four demerits.
So we were talking about aluminum bolts, I believe.
Yeah.
And CJ, you were just about to say something when I interrupted you. Do you remember what that was?
Not quite. Well, there's lots of different types of low mass bolt carrier groups. I know JP makes them. You were talking about the Rise Armament one. There's one that we made that's carbon fiber that we made last year
That
for
one's
like one
dope.
day.
Fools.
That was dope.
yeah. The April Fool's
I
one.
think Battle Arms has one, maybe.
Battle Arms has one.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, Faxon I think as well. Yeah.
Yep. The biggest thing with them is they're lightweight, so you're reciprocating mass. Essentially, you need to make that up somewhere, either with mitigating the gas coming back, the gas pressure, or heavier buffer. And usually, if you're going lightweight, you don't want to put it in a super heavy buffer. You want to keep that light too.
Yeah.
So you're going to be doing an adjustable gas
I'd be
block.
curious if those are less durable than, say, your mil-spec bolt carrier group.
I think it's application driven. Like, yeah, if you put it in a machine gun, there's a reason.
Are we allowed to say machine gun?
Yes, we're allowed to say.
Yeah, I think we can say that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put it in a machine gun, it's reciprocating the cyclic rate. It's just going to beat the shit out of that. And that's why you want, like, the M16 full cut bolt carrier group, the full weight one. But I know people say like, oh yeah, Jerry Michelik's the human machine gun, stuff like that, but he can't touch the cyclic rate of an actual machine gun.
His fingers banned in 12 states.
Right? Yep.
Yeah. But like in terms of your favorite, I mean, I think I want to throw out Faxon as one of my favorites because they just have so many options, and I mean, honestly, if you're a looks maxer, my fellow looks maxers out there. No, I'm not one of those. But if you're a looks maxer, I mean, all of their like PVD coated stuff, like all like that process of how they, coat all the things
So
to
you
look
can
way
get
different.
your AR-15 receiver to MOG everyone else.
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you can have the cool, vermilion ones, or you can have the cool, ones that look all kinds of crazy colors.
The PVD, DLC, like all those coatings and bolts, like.
There's debate on whether they're actually necessary. Technically, I mean, if you want to be a purist, you should say that chrome is like the only way to go. That's like the original Eugene Stoner. Like the whole thing was chrome. It wasn't until they started doing cost-cutting things in the actual original contract that they moved to a phosphate.
Once you start adding coatings onto bolt carrier groups, you need to think if there's a thickness buildup to them. And was that bolt manufactured with that thickness of the coating in mind?
Because then your tolerances are going to start to stack.
Yeah, that'll start throwing off tolerances one way or another. I think School of the American Rifle has a couple good videos showing that.
Yeah.
I think he's got one where he goes through all the different types of bolt coatings. And a lot of those ones that look really good on the outside, that's what they are made to do. Look really good on the outside. And the inside is just crap. So, like, when it comes to bolts, don't always get caught up. Oh, this one's gold. Oh, this one's rainbow colored. This one's shiny black. Chrome, baby. There's a bit more that goes into them.
Yeah.
But
we actually made a whole video about that, if you want to know about it. That has done a lot of views for us, so that's really good.
When did we do that? Was that before I got here?
Yeah, it was. This was probably, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago maybe, something like that. I don't know when I made that video, but it's one of my better videos.
You like that lightweight Rise one. You like Faxon bolts.
Just because of the options. You got lots of options. But
looks maxer.
I would say, though, like, I would have to go with some sort of chrome bolt. I mean, if I could go with the original I mean, that's probably the best way to go.
Yep.
What about Heat Death of the Universe, one bolt for the rest of all time for all of your firearms?
The ones, honestly, there's one out there that's really expensive, but it's really cool. Sharps Rifle Company has their XPB, and it's like a tunable bolt. It's a tunable gas key. Very interesting. So instead of tuning the gas out at the front where the gas block is, you're tuning it on the gas key. Very interesting if you run kind of multiple different setups and you want to use the same bolt, which you should for that because that's like a really expensive bolt.
There's a Bootleg makes one too like that.
I think so. There's a couple more now like that. And the thing I don't like about that bolt that I've seen people complain about is you have to take out the bolt every time you want to retune the gun. And there are some now that you can go in through the
dust cover.
The dust cover. The ejection cover, and so not go through the ejection cover, but like that's where the tuning. That's where the port is for tuning. So those are pretty cool. If you're into tuning your AR and stuff, I sometimes have bad luck with that, but that's mostly because I suck at gas blocks. So that's my bad.
I've seen some gas block pins get thrown down to the end of the range.
Yeah.
While they were being tuned.
That was the screw.
I don't know who did that. Do you remember who did that?
I don't.
I was adjusting it. And one turned out, but apparently it wasn't lined up, so it never even got there.
Yeah.
We fixed that problem now.
I don't understand why certain people have issues with gas blocks. I've never had one.
I just do. Let us know in the comments, guys, if you have problems with gas blocks.
I didn't even know it was a problem until I got here and started seeing CJ do it like 3 times in a row.
Yeah, like 3 times.
It got to the point where I was like, CJ, we need to have a sit down.
Yeah.
We need to give you a class.
Just don't give me a whole gunsmith class. Just give me a gas block class. That's all I need.
If I was to pick up a bolt for the rest of my life, I would find one that could be essentially blueprinted to the barrel. Or headspace properly.
So like a
barrel.
JP one, something like that, or JP barrel with a bolt.
Faxon has options on their website that you can get headspace bolts. Essentially, something that's just going to work very well from an accuracy standpoint.
Yeah, but you'd have to get someone that has well, they manufacture barrels and their bolts.
Correct.
Basically, right? Yeah.
Well, not necessarily. You can essentially take brand A's bolt, brand B's barrel, and essentially you might need like 4 or 5 bolts to do it, but you want to find the one that's essentially going to be tightest on the go gauge.
Okay.
That's going to hold that round as close to those rifling grooves to keep the jump as little as possible. Because when you stick the bullet into the chamber, there's going to be a little gap between the shoulder of the bullet and the actual lands and grooves in the rifling, and that's called the jump.
Okay.
That jump is unpredictable. And the shorter the distance you can make that, the more predictability you're going to get in your long-range shooting.
I see. Okay.
And that's why a lot of people are cooking up their own rounds for like PRS, ELR, is because they can get the length just right to like almost kiss those lands and grooves. And that's like almost what you want. Because if you go too far, if you ever try to take the round out, it'll get stuck in there. Because your barrel bore is actually slightly smaller than the actual bullet itself to put the indentations in and get the rifling going. But so essentially you want to just barely touch those lands and grooves to keep that jump down to a minimum.
Okay.
And yeah, so like if you can get a quality bolt, which I'd be hard to say there's not many low quality bolts out there.
Yeah. It's kind of like all the mil-spec stuff.
Well,
it's like, mil-spec, people dog on mil-spec, but it's actually pretty fine.
There's low cost, but then there's not much low quality out there.
It's not a super complex thing to manufacture.
No, it's not. And a lot of the time the bolts are made in one company. The carriers are made in a different company. The carrier in an AR-15 isn't very special. Like if you go from a 6-arc bolt BCG to a 5.56, it's the same carrier. It's just a different bolt face is all you're changing. There's very little reason to change out that carrier. And usually the part that's going to break on a BCG outside of like a firing pin issue or something like that, something small, it's the
lugs?
No, not the lugs. It's the bolt around the pin. Not the pivot pin.
The cam pin.
The cam pin.
Yeah.
Brain fart. Where that hole is, and it gets thin on the shoulders of the actual bolt itself, that's usually where they're going to break.
So see, the thing that I've seen break the most is actually the extractor, and that's from people shooting like really bad ammo, and especially with steel case ammo. The first and only part of a bolt I've ever broken is in an extractor, and it was because I was shooting steel case ammo out of an older AR-15, and the extractor was struggling with removing the casing. So it would start. At first, I just thought the gun was malfunctioning. And I was like, it's probably because I haven't cleaned it. So I just kept running the ammo. And then eventually it kind of ripped that extractor.
I mean, that's kind of always one of the things with like steel or aluminum case ammo. Just like it's harder on your gun. People say it's fine.
Yeah.
Personally, I try to stray away from that as much as possible. But there was a time in my life when I was cheap and it was the cheapest ammo I could get. So I'd shoot the aluminum case shit all day long. And it ran fine. I never had any issues. But yeah, like... You are going to, when you're running aluminum or steel-cased ammo, you are going to see additional wear or greater wear in places. And yes, like extracting that round out. Brass moves very easily with pressure changes, temperature changes. Aluminum and steel, the thing is when you fire it, you're going to fire form that case into the chamber and it's actually going to seal. Well, with brass, you're kind of relying on the brass temperature coming down quickly and it shrinks again. Steel and aluminum don't do that as quickly as brass does.
Sure, yeah.
So now you try to extract that round out and it's actually holding in there and you're going to essentially rip that head of the extractor right off.
Sure.
Yeah, it got to the point of where it's just like having to shove cleaning rods down the front of the barrel. And like, I was like my AR-15 turned into a musket.
Yeah.
Like, get out.
Well, I've seen bolt locking lugs break as well, usually due to that higher cyclic rate, like what you were talking about. And I don't know if they had like 5,000 or 10,000 rounds through those bolts after a while. That's usually what happens. But
so usually when the lugs break, it's because there's a loose fit in there. Essentially, there's room for it to move because if you have constant pressure, it takes a lot of force to break something.
Sure.
So if I just push on my hands constantly like this, it's very easy to like fight back at it. But now if I start hitting it, it's almost like how your gun recoils. In slow motion, you would actually see my fingers come down and back up again. And so if you think of your bolt like that, like when the bolt goes in and it turns and it's all the way forward, now it fires and comes back and jolts against the barrel lugs. That's when they start shearing.
Yeah.
I wonder if the bolt is in any way related to, because we've seen this a couple of times over the years since I've been here. We've seen like two charging handles break.
Oh, yeah.
Over the gas key on a bolt carrier. I wonder if those are related in any way, or if it's just because we were using cheap 6061 charging handles when that happened.
I think it's a mix of just charging handles. Charging handles are almost a commodity item.
Yeah.
Like they don't necessarily wear, but I wouldn't trust one forever.
Yeah.
But also, we don't lube our guns like crazy here, from what I've seen.
Only when we're shooting them.
Do you?
Even then, we don't do it enough.
Yeah, like because
don't do it
we
enough.
know
Not
that.
as much as I do my personal gun.
Yeah.
Well-
Like my personal guns, if I essentially when I assemble them, like you let it sit, there's oil coming out of that thing for like weeks. Because it's all just draining, going to spots, and like I want it to be well lubed when I assemble it. So it's almost like a new engine. But the way we do them here is we know that it's going to be on camera. Like we're going to have to clean it. Oil spots look like crap on guns.
It's going to make a huge mess.
Yep. So usually, from what I would consider like proper, we're always on the dry side here, and yeah, you're going to add friction, and if you have a gun that doesn't run, one of the easiest things to try is put some oil in it. That usually solves it.
That's always step one.
Yeah.
Lubricate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just lubricate it.
That usually solves it. So if you think about what that little bit of oil can do, and then you have an aluminum charging handle that's pulling on this bolt with forward pressure.
Yeah.
And if you look at the design of the charging handle, there's an inherent weak spot in there.
Yeah. The overlay of the gas key.
Yeah, where it makes that 90 degree, but then also there's a hole in there.
Yep.
So now you get weak edges, and that's usually where they break. It's just like the bolt around the cam pin. That's usually where they break.
Yeah.
So
So there's always going to be like just those inherent weak spots in that area. But I was gonna. We might not have time. I was gonna ask about charging handles next.
Well, let's do it real quick to close this out. Everyone gets to make a one-word argument. Not a one-word argument. You get to pick one charging handle, and we're gonna go.
don't start with me. I got to go.
We'll start with CJ, and then I'll pick. Don't explain it. Just pick your charging handle.
Pick one charging handle. I get one.
One.
I'm gonna go with Breek Sledgehammer.
A Breek sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Sell out.
Yeah.
It's just because we had Andrew here.
It's a paid promotion by.
No.
No,
I
it's
do
not.
like. I do. Am I allowed to comment on that? No. Okay.
Mine. I'm gonna go with the SDSL, the Radiant SDSL. It's a really good charging.
Fancy boy.
I basically did the same thing, just way
All right, you
cheaper.
guys ready for this?
Okay.
Yep.
I want a JP side charging upper. That's my charging handle. A non-reciprocating side charging upper. Because then I get the charging handle and the side charger.
What a
We got an
weirdo.
AK on the wall over there if you want. You just build a sure shot.
I don't want to reach over.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. So we have the Breek what? Warhammer or
Sledgehammer.
What about what's the new one they got? The Omni.
Omnibuster. That's
So it's-
basically without
it's-
it. It does not have the port that vents it towards the left side or
right
towards the
side.
right side.
Yep.
And
then it-
that's basically for any left-handed shooters or tactical shooters who
Yeah,
swap sides.
Breek recently launched their new Sledgehammer Omnibuster.
Now who's the sellout?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I know the products that I deal with. So they launched
The
your
products.
The products.
Don't
the
ever
parts.
use that word. You just did. I know. So they got rid of the hole on the right side.
Yep.
They were getting complaints from left-handed shooters that these charging handles were made for righties.
And they have the vents on the top as well.
Yeah, so
that vent
everything
things off
good
to
in
the right.
life is made for right-handed people. There's a reason lefties die sooner than righties, and it's purely just a statistical off. Like, there's a couple outliers that make that number happen.
And it all started with scissors in the first grade.
Yep.
Yes.
Scissors and skill saws. So yeah, they got rid of the hole. So if you're a lefty, it's not going to shoot gas in your face. And then also they had these cuts at the top on the shelf that directed to the right as well, that they just eliminated those as well.
You know what else is a really good firearm stock for left-handed shooters? IWI Tavor. You know Ronnie's left-handed.
Is he really?
Yeah,
That
so
makes a lot
we
of
have
sense.
we have a video of Ronnie shooting the Tavor, and the whole time it's just
Yep.
smacking him in the face with the brass every time he shoots.
Do they make left-handed divorce?
So the bolt is interchangeable.
Oh, okay.
You could just change it to left-handed, but you have to have a specific part, and I don't have that.
I think we were talking to Chris Vector, and they were looking at a lefty at one of the shows. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like it's not going to mitigate as much gas.
Yeah, no.
Because-
that's why I went with the sledgehammer. Because
But
I'm right-handed first of all, and I want as much gas mitigation.
If you're a lefty, it is probably a better charging handle because it's not going to blow stuff in your face.
Yeah.
They also release it with what they're calling the LE latch. It's kind of funny because you look at the Campson charging handles. Either you want uber big wings on that thing, or you want the smallest it can be. And so their LE latch is just smaller, less chance of snagging. You still get some of the gas mitigating benefits of the sledgehammer, but just with smaller wings. So, like from a duty LEO side of things, probably better.
I prefer the micro wings on the Breek charging handles, just because the longer wings just look like kind of out of place. This is just from a pure aesthetics, from a looks maxing.
From a looks maxing perspective,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you always got to have that perspective.
And I charging handles, there's looks that go into them. I think that's what a lot of people buy for, but then you get application driven. Like competition, yeah, you want big wings. From an LEO duty, snagging is a serious concern.
Yep.
Keep them smaller. It's not like, how many times do you need to charge your rifle? Once,
Right.
hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You should only have to engage your charging handle at 2 points: when you're loading the rifle, and then when you're fixing it after a malfunction.
Yep.
That's really it.
Yeah, I mean, because even if you lock back, you can just hit your bolt catch and drop that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like people really focus on charging handles.
Or not.
Is it a bolt
you don't
catch or is it a
really
bolt release?
Bolt catch.
But when you're slapping it, it's a release.
It's a bolt catch.
You catch the bolt, don't release the bolt.
When you smack
Right.
it, you're
Correct.
depressing the bolt catch to release the bolt. So then it
No,
becomes a
you are
bolt
not
release.
releasing the bolt. The bolt is doing what it's always going to do if the catch is not there.
Well, you're releasing the bolt from being locked.
No, you're
Let us
releasing
know
the
down in the
catch.
comments if you call it a bolt catch or a bolt release. We will
And
see
I'll tell you when you're wrong.
We'll see you in the next one.